So Corey Holcomb is finally addressing Big Homie CC and giving him a warning after he said this.
So, this just definitely enticed me for sure. We finna see what's going on with him. Even if I got to pull up one of his next shows, I will.
Yeah, if he gets booked.
If I see a booking,
we pressing the promoters.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, something gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
Corey Holcomb made sure he addressed Big Homie CC last night directly, letting him know this.
To come up with the same type of thing. They all say the same type of thing, and that runs down people who have basically built up they following or whatever. If that runs you away, then you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say, but to Big Homie CC, you don't know me. You don't know me.
Now, what are the odds that Big Homie CC is really gonna pull up on Corey Holcomb at his next booking? Listen, things seem to be getting real crazy. I need y'all to hit the like button and hit the hype button, cause we about to get deep.
Sipping slow, yakking the act, thinking I'm mad.
Oh, champ. Run up these likes, and make sure you hit the hype button, because it does help the channel in a major way. Listen, man, Corey Holcomb and Big Homie CC might be getting out of hand real soon. Okay, Corey Holcomb sent Big Homie CC a warning, also addresses other creators that are getting at him for his very weird jokes. If you want to take them as jokes, champ. He did a lot of damage control and trying to make everybody look like the enemy, trying to make it seem like everyone is just trying to destroy him because they don't like his content. But truthfully, it's because his content is harmful in our eyes. It seems like he's admitting to doing some criminal things with minors and what have you. And Corey Holcomb had a lot to say last night on the 5150 show in regards to all of that. Listen, man, I need y'all to hit the like and the hype button. We about to jump into this content. Let's do it.
The first time I ever seen something like this, and if they can do it to me, they can do it to anybody. They can do it to anybody. What's happening to me? If they doing it to me, they could do it to anybody. So if the new thing is pay bloggers to come up with the same type of thing, they all say the same type of thing, and that runs down people who have basically built up they following or whatever. If that runs you away, then you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say, but
so basically what's going on here is he's trying to say that people are running a narrative on him and his jokes. He's basically trying to say there's no harm done in his jokes, that his comedy is his comedy and people are taking it too literally, is what he's trying to say. Now, I've never heard of anyone making any type of references to kids in a very insane manner, in a pleasuring manner, as comedy. Now, I have heard Dave Chappelle say something crazy, but it was about himself. It wasn't about doing things with others, right? He mentioned himself as a kid in a situation where he was touched, right? And it wasn't a joke that I liked per se. I thought the joke was out of pocket. I don't think any type of jokes in regards to someone being violated, especially as a kid, is funny. I just don't. I heard Dave Chappelle say it on a Netflix special before, but it was about himself. It wasn't about any others. It was about himself, though. He made himself as the reference point to the joke, and it wasn't good to me. I'm not really fond of current Dave Chappelle. More the old Dave Chappelle I'm kind of cool with, but now, nah. I think that talking about being violated in any way, shape, or form as a kid or about other kids is out of pocket, way out of pocket. And I don't believe that Corey is making up the stuff that he says, because everything that he says ain't jokes. He be literally talking about things that he went through and speaking on it as fact, and now saying it's all a joke. So which one is it? Let's go.
To big homie CC, you don't know me. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they told you, but shit, nigga, I don't know what to say. I just don't fall for shit. Like I say, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna say I'm wrong. But all that, I know people, it's people out here with real reputations. But shit, I got a reputation for being a comedian, and I'm just saying, I don't fold for shit. If I'm out of pocket, I'm gonna say I'm out of pocket.
So he said he don't fold for ish. Okay, bet. So big homie CC was basically saying, hey, I'm gonna have to get at you at one of them shows for these things that you're saying, right? Especially the whole thing about Iceland. Like, how was that a joke if you saying that you know people from there? I don't think that's a joke. Nobody sees that as a joke, but you're trying to say it's a joke. Big homie CC says at his next booking, he gotta go see you, right? And you say you're not folded, right? And you're not gonna stop doing the jokes that you're doing, right? Cool. All right then. So let's see what happens. Is big homie CC gonna actually stand on business? If Corey Holcomb sees big homie CC, will he be standing on business? I guess we gonna have to find out soon when it happens, right? Oh, champ, if you ain't hit the like or the hype button, make sure you do, gang. Let's keep this thing going.
But I don't fold for shit, because whoever somebody is, that ain't, get the fuck out of here. So I'm saying to all of the people out there who watch this train wreck come about, be down, but 5150 was in the house in Birmingham, and 5150 gonna be in the house because they don't know me like that. Even though this has been created to make me something, they don't know me like that, and I'm so glad. Like I say, I got the 5150 fans who know what's happening. Now, back on the show, I want to talk about how I'm seeing comedians are getting canceled for jokes, or people are acting like you can get canceled because of a joke.
Well, it's not people acting like we get canceled because of a joke, though. It's the fact that these distasteful things that you're saying are not something that should be joked about. Like, how many times are you gonna mention kids in such a way, in the way in which you mention them? Bro, you made a joke about a 5-year-old girl drinking out of a bottle, and it said, hey, that's how I know that she going be a 304 when she grows up, because she's already showing the signs. Like, that's weird. You're literally out here nexualizing a child, gang. And I have to say nexualizing for YouTube guidelines purposes, gang. You know what I mean? Why would you even say such things? It's weird, bro. There should be a fine line between jokes and just being suspect. Nothing about that is funny. Majority of people won't find that funny. They're gonna think you're weird for even saying such things, because why are you portraying a child in that manner? And again, it doesn't come off as a joke. It comes off as something that you literally seen and were actually thinking. It's just weird, bro. You're also someone who said that Kid Box is the best box. That is also weird. That is also suspect. Like, who would say these things? Listen, like I said, I seen Dave Chappelle with Netflix, and he made a joke that was about being violated, but he was talking about himself as a kid. He didn't mention other kids. Not that that makes it any better, because I didn't like the joke whatsoever. I thought the joke was weird and sus. That's not my type of comedy. If that's supposed to be comedy, I don't know how it's comedy. Dark comedy, I've heard, but this is just absurd and vile in my opinion. But let's continue, because people ain't getting canceled for jokes. They getting canceled for other things. Let's keep it going.
It's not new. It's just back up again. It's not anything new.
No. It's growing in momentum, in my opinion, Darlene.
Okay.
Like,
because I've seen it happen several times before.
Give me an example.
First one that I can think of that was pretty big, and still because he continues to add it in his shows, is Dave Chappelle. right? Was it phobia type of thing? Okay. And then the if we go a little further back, or maybe even after, not sure when they actually occurred, Kevin Hart. Remember with some old thing that they showed? I think it was older, I'm not sure. But it had something to do with his son, like he was saying a joke about his son.
He cracked a joke about if his son was gay and how it would be issues and stuff. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so there's...
But Kevin still hosted major award shows.
Right.
And you can say all that, right? Obviously, you could offend a certain community with certain jokes or what have you. That happens, right? Does this mean the person is gonna get canceled? No, because they were supposed to cancel Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle ain't never got canceled ever. He's never been canceled. Yeah, they didn't like one of his Netflix specials, and he caught some backlash from a certain group of people, and it was what it was. They just didn't like it. That doesn't mean everybody else didn't like it. It was just some of them just didn't respect it or like what he said, and that's okay. You're not always gonna like what people say. All right, you got hecklers that go to comedy shows and they get roasted for trying to disrupt or getting mad about a joke, and that's different. That's not canceling, though. You're trying to say that people complaining is canceling. Nah, complaining ain't canceling. Canceling is when you take a massive hit. Like last night, I was watching this same very podcast, 5150 show. I was watching it, and it had nowhere near the viewership that it had in previous weeks. Like nowhere near it, bro. 10K, 11K max from what I've seen. Maybe it increased over time. I have no idea. I didn't watch it till the end. But point I'm trying to prove here is, look, you're taking hits, and I think you're actually mad about it because you understand what's going on here. That you ain't got the same following that you had before these situations happen. You putting your hands on the woman, and the icing on the cake is the compilation of you with these so-called PDF jokes, right? Dog humor is what you call it, but a lot of these things don't seem like it's jokes or should be laughed at. A lot of things seem like confessions from when it comes from you. That's what it looks like, confessions. You're saying they're jokes, but why do your jokes come off as confessions? And why are you having logical conversations trying to normalize weird predator behavior and then saying it's jokes too? Something isn't adding up. Something isn't making sense, champ. I'm just saying. But let's proceed.
But I'm saying, like, for example, one of the funniest comedians out there made a joke on a Netflix special, and people are acting like she is supposed to be tucking her tail between her legs. Now, did you hear when I said one of the funniest comedians out there? I didn't say female comic, even though this happens to be a female comic. But one of the funniest comedians I've seen out there on the circuit, I mean, I'll say her name, Sister Samora. Sister Samora got jokes, and the audience laugh at her jokes. Have you ever seen Samora in concert? She's one of the best comedians out there. So I'm saying to y'all, you ain't finna stop people from her core audience crowd from going to see her. Just like with me, you would think with the shit they have been paid to do, like I say, ask them niggas, did somebody pay you to put this up? Because you ain't even in his demographic. People pay people. This is the first time I've ever seen it. The big media network came out, said something about me. They said, oh, that ain't the way to go. We'll pay these bloggers to say stuff about Corey.
Nigga, nobody was paid to say anything about you, bro. People are gonna get paid regardless for speaking on you because that's just how monetization works when you are a content creator, period. These vlogs, these creators all getting paid. Just for traffic in general, just for traffic, just for ads, etc. That's how it goes. Nobody paid anyone to do nothing, but you're painting this narrative as if the big media people, who was TMZ, because that's what he's referring to. He thinks TMZ is paying people out to slander him. I mean, he doesn't necessarily think this, but this is his damage control. This is his manipulation. This is what he's trying to convince his fan base or his followers to believe because it sounds good. It sounds good to say TMZ's paying everybody, but that's a lot. Now, maybe all of your old, out of touch following knows this, but if you are in a younger age range, you know, from mid-20s to 40s, you would know, hey, there's no possible way TMZ's paying these creators. Like, you got common sense to know that TMZ ain't giving nobody no check. You got common sense. Unless you're a certified glazer and you like polishing Corey's lower extremities, then that's different. You feel what I'm saying? If you like to give Corey a lower cleansing, then maybe you just don't understand what's going on, or pretending that you don't because you prefer to be a performative glazer. You know what I'm saying? And that's common too. So it is what it is, man. Listen, hit the like button and the hype button if you have not. We're gonna keep this thing going. All champ.
You're not finna stop my core audience. You gonna make the lames who don't know nothing about me think what they think when they see certain stuff. I saw the brother Mike Epps, and Mike Epps is really a nice guy.
Super nice.
Mike Epps tries to be cool with everybody, in my opinion, as far as it go with this perception to America.
I agree.
They don't want no smoke with that shit. Mike like, damn, it was a joke. It was a joke. And it was a joke. I don't understand why people are acting like, well, let me speak for myself. I ain't about to switch up shit. I'm not in the industry. You can't make me scared to speak from the heart. And if I...
But you say you speaking from the heart. Wouldn't that make it no longer a joke? Did you not just slip up here and say you're speaking from the heart, meaning this is just the truth, champ? You're basically saying that we can't stop you from saying what you want to say, and we're not gonna stop you from saying what you're gonna say. Maybe the feds will. Maybe if these things come off as confession, maybe the feds will stop you. Maybe they'll confiscate your hard drive, because again, in one of these compilations, you said that they had my hard drive. Boy, it might be worse than R. Kelly. If R. Kelly got what he got. This is what you said though, right? Cool. So I'm glad you're saying you're speaking from the heart, champ, because speaking from the heart usually means it's true, champ. So are you admitting to something here, champ? I don't know. That's how it comes off though, champ. That's how it's coming off. Alright? Let's continue.
I ever say something that ain't right, I say, yo, I fucked that up. Fuck that up. Have I made jokes that I'm like, ha ha, ooh, I pushed the line on that one. Let me cool out. Yes, it's part of how a man like me from Robert Taylor Housing Projects is able to make a living out here in the motherfucking game. I'm not with the industry where I have to watch what I say.
So he says because of where he's at, what his career is based on, he doesn't have to watch what he says because everything is a joke. So are you covering confessions under the guise of jokes? He's saying he don't gotta watch what he say. He's saying he can say whatever he want. This is what he's saying. And guess what? There's a segment that I'm about to play in a second where Corey Holcomb is making another joke about naturalizing a kid. And it's weird. Yes, you're about to see another one of Corey's weirdo kitty segments. Yes, he did another one last night, and you're about to see it.
And that might be my issue. You ain't got no filter. What happened to the baby? Don't he look warped a little bit?
No.
He got the good hair though. That's how he get hoes at the school he go to. If that school in Africa, he fucking hoe.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, Corey said, mother, I'd never switch up who the fuck I am, you bitch ass mother.
How many?
So he's talking about a kid here. Let me see if I can get a close up. I mean, I can't really show. You really can't show kids on YouTube, by the way. You know what I'm saying? You can't really show kids on YouTube. But I do want to point out that he is talking about a child here. I'm going to run it back. Unfortunately, I have to run it back. Just watch. Look.
Don't he look warped a little bit?
No.
He got the good hair though. That's how he get hoes at the school he go to. If that school in Africa, he fucking hoe.
See that kid right there? He's talking about a kid that looked like he about 5 or 6 years old, bro. Talking about he got the good hair. That's how I know he's effing them 304s, getting the 304s at school. This is the type of time that Corey's on. You're talking about a kid. This kid got to be like 6 or 7 years old. Real talk. Real talk.
He got the good hair though. That's how he get hoes at the school he go to. If that school in Africa, he fucking hoe.
See the kid behind Darlene? That's who he's talking about. Know that kid. And also they showing part of his face. Alright. Apparently this is like a mixed kid who has a white mom and an African dad. Because you know the white women go out there to Africa to, you know, do things with the African dudes and what have you. You know the whole shebang, the chant. But he's talking about this kid, man, in a weird way. On purpose. He's doing it on purpose now. Basically, he's flexing the fact that he can't get in trouble. But who's to say he can't get in trouble? Who's to say that he can't get in trouble? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And you can hear it again, right?
No.
He got the good hair though. That's how he get hoes at the school he go to. If that school in Africa, he fucking hoe.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh, Corey said that. Mother, I'd never switch up who the fuck I am, you bitch ass mother.
How many?
You'll never switch up who the F you are. So what are you calling yourself then if you're going to make these types of jokes? You're not going to switch up who you are. So who you are is someone who makes these types of jokes. Quote unquote jokes. You're that's who you are. You're the type of person to make content on kids being nexual, or you potentially doing nexual things with kids, or you being worried about and hyperfixated on kids doing that. It's very, very suspect and strange. I'm not gonna lie, it's very nasty. But hey, listen, man, he thinks he's not gonna get in trouble for it. Well, I guess he'll find out soon enough that he can. I don't know. But hey, gang, this is nasty though. Is big homie CC really gonna run into Corey Holcomb? What's gonna happen with that? But gang, I need y'all to let me know how y'all feel about all this madness in the comment section. What do you think is gonna happen with big homie CC and Corey Holcomb? And can Corey Holcomb get in trouble for what he's saying? Because he don't believe it. He saying he can say these jokes, and there's no type of law or anything that can stop him from saying. Like, there's no circumstances he got to deal with after the fact. You feel what I'm saying? So we gonna see what happens. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section though, man. Make sure you're smashing on the like. Hit the hype button because it helps the channel in a major way. Alright. Listen, make sure you subscribe to the mayor as well. Turn your notification bell on for all the mayor's updates. And one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. Are you ready, gang? It's the mayor, the one and only New York Mayor, F. Mom Donnie, and you're rocking with the town favorite Showface News. It's Big Gotham, and you already know it's the town versus everybody at all times. I'm up out of here, gang. Salute.